Hiya, welcome back to the channel. So, we have a BMW E46 in front of us, 330D, and as you can see, the front of it is sitting lower than stock, and that is because probably about 6 months ago now, I fitted some MaxSpeedingRods Coilovers, and I never fitted the back ones because I was always happy with it. I like how it sits, but I'm actually going to fit. I'm not going to fit the rear springs. I'm going to fit the rear dampers. So this video is going to be, well, one, changing the rear dampers on an E46, and two, I'm going to go over and explain what I like about the coilovers that I fitted and what I don't like about them. So that's what this video is. I'm going to be honest and give you a bit of a review on the coilovers, and I'm going to fit them rear dampers to that shitter. So let's get on with it. And I'm going to start by fitting the rear dampers. So as you can see, I'm putting way too much faith into my jacking point, and I'm going to remove the wheel for better access. And now, with that removed and placed in a safe location, we can see our damper, which is held on at the bottom there by a bolt, and it's held on at the top, which is inside the boot. So first I'm going to undo that. Well, actually first I'm going to put a jack under there to support the weight of it, so that when I take that bolt out, it ain't going to drop down. And then, before I take it out, because in the past, these can seize up a bit, and I really don't want to snap one of them, so I'm just going to warm this up a bit. Not a lot, but I'm going to give it some heat. And now after installing some heat into there, now I'm going to undo it, and it's an 18mm. Yes. And now we have in fact got the damper disconnected from the bottom. And now we have to open the boot, avoid all the crap in it, and disconnect it from the top. So this here, this pulls off nice and carefully. And then as you see there, that is the top of the damper, which isn't in the best condition, as you can probably see. But to take it out, we just need to undo them two nuts there, and I think they're 13mm, so that's what I'm going to do now. So that's one of them, and then the other one is here. That's one, and then that's the other one. And with those lovingly removed, obviously this has fallen out now, so we can put it next to the new one and compare them. As we can see, they are slightly different. Now this is adjustable. I'm just leaving it at the settings that it come out the packet at, which is about the same as the standard one. I'm also putting it onto a soft setting because I live, as I said in the last video, I live in Oldham and our roads are not exactly smooth. So now I need to fit this one in the place where that one came from. And the first thing to do is to remove these nuts, otherwise they're going to get in the way. Yes. And then the rest of it is just going to be a reverse order removal process, which I'm going to struggle to film and do with one hand, but basically I need to put that up into there like that, and at the same time then I need to put the bolt into there. And as you could see, that didn't quite line up, so what I've done is I've just tightened the jack up to lift it up a little bit, and then the bolt will go straight in, as you can see. Yes. Obviously torquing that to spec. And then the same again at the top. We've got new nuts, so we're going to put them on. But basically we just need to put them on. Yes, without dropping them. Like so. Not forgetting to torque these up to a manufacturer specific torque setting. Click, click. And then when that is all tightened up and done properly, then you can carefully reinstate all this interior to be OEM again. And of course, remove that jack, and then we can put the wheel back on. Like so, obviously torqued up to manufacturer specific torque settings. And that is this side done. So now I'm going to go and do the other side, but I'm going to do that off camera because no one's going to want to watch this shit twice. And I'll come back when I've done that. And now I have done that, and I am back. And as you can see, I'm parked very responsibly. Trusting my handbrake probably way too much than I should do. And I did say at the start of the video that I was going to tell you about the pros and cons and the good and the bad about these coilovers. And so far, to be honest with you, I'm really impressed with them now. I'm going to ramble on a little bit here, but when I fitted them and when I put the video out, I had some comments about these MaxSpeedingRods not being very good and what have you. Now, these people who are saying these comments have not tried this brand or this model of MaxSpeedingRods. They're comparing them to the 120 quid sets. And I had a lot of people sticking up for me who have tried these ones, who were very impressed with them and use them for all sorts of stuff. And they've been great. And for me, they've been just that. They've been brilliant. There's only one thing that I don't like about them, and that is that when I hit a speed bump too fast, which is my own fault really, when the wheel actually leaves the ground from doing that, it knocks a little bit. But other than that, everything else is just, I couldn't actually ask for it to be any better. This car's always been a bit vague on the steering. Since I fitted these, it's not. It's a million times better. I give them a little tiny bit of camber when I adjust them and what have you. But the steering is a million times better. That's the first thing. I only fitted the front ones, and then I fitted them, and I was that happy with how it drove that I didn't want to mess with it. That's why I've had it for 6 months, and I haven't touched it since, because the car drove a million times better than it ever has done. And I was really happy with it. So I didn't want to adjust the height at the back anyway. I like the way it's sat. So I've just put the rear dampers on it now, and for what difference they're going to make, they are definitely a lot better quality than what I took off. But actually driving it, I haven't really noticed much of a difference. But when I put the front on, when I put them on, massive difference. Just the way that, if you're driving the car and then you go over a bit of a bump round a corner or something, like I've told you I live in Oldham, and I'm probably parked on the steepest hill in Oldham now, trusting my handbrake, as I told you, more than I should do. But if I go around the corner a little bit quick, I mean, I'm not a boy racer, I'm not a dick, but you know, a little bit spiritedly, now with these on, it settles back down. The car settles back down after doing that, and it's just like ready to go again. Whereas always in the past, it's carrying on bouncing around when you've gone over bumps and stuff like that. And yeah, I couldn't really ask for them to be any better, apart from that one thing, which is when, like I say, you hit a bump, a speed ramp, a little bit faster than you should do, and the wheel is leaving the floor, I'm assuming. I think it's when it's hitting the end stop of the wheel dropping down, and it's hitting the end stop inside the coilover itself. I think that's what the noise that I'm getting is. But that only happens every now and then, and like I say, it's my own fault that really. It's probably a sign that I shouldn't go over speed bumps as fast as I should. But yeah, like I said, these have been installed for 6 months now, maybe a bit more. As you can tell now, it's dark. It's a couple of days before Halloween as I'm shooting this, and it's, of course, now we've got about 11 months of fucking rain and darkness to go through. And when I fitted them, it was nice weather, so it's a while ago since I fitted them, and yeah, they have been really good. The car just drives a million times better, and honestly, I'd recommend them to anyone. If you're gonna not have them just because the name's MaxSpeedingRods, and you're gonna slag them off for that, then get a set of these. They're the better quality MaxSpeedingRods ones, admittedly. They're about 550 quid, but get a set of these, and I'd guarantee, well, I can't guarantee you, but I would be very surprised if you did not change your opinion on them. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the usual shit. And I'll see you next time.